back on the set of The Gloves Are Off, and believe it or not, I'm calling them out. These guys were talking about the Real Housewives shows. So before they carry on with that conversation, we're going to get back to sports now. This is a really good question for both of you guys. My son is a multi-sport athlete. He plays basketball and hockey. I'm trying to encourage him to pick one and go with it. I think he has recruitment potential in both sports. What can I say to encourage him to be selective, or should I? Who wants to go first on this one?
Both great sports.
Yeah.
Both can, you know, he can excel educationally in both sports because he can go on to college and play both sports. For me, you know, my son plays both sports too. I just encourage him to be the best he can possibly be at both, and eventually, you know, they make their own decisions. And
do you think he'll need to pick one eventually if he wants to go collegiate?
Yeah, because both sports are kind of hard to play unless you're playing at the same college. First, if you're at Lakeline College, you're playing hockey and basketball, that might work. But if you're playing for the Bobcats and want to play basketball for Lakeline College, that might not work because of the high level of play.
Right.
So I think eventually you just stay positive with them, and eventually they'll make their own decisions.
I think the big question is, how old is he? That would have been nice to know how old he is. Because you know what? I always said I had the greatest parents ever. Because I played every sport. And the only thing my father ever asked of me was that I competed and I tried hard in every sport that I played. So I played basketball, football, tennis, soccer. Oh, I hated soccer. I did play it though. And hockey, you know what? He wanted me to have fun at all of them. So that was the age factor. At some point, you have to choose. You have to choose.
Yeah, no, I think that's good advice. I mean, I grew up trying everything. My parents were always supportive of whatever I wanted to do, but it did get to a point where it was too much to be playing every sport in high school and do soccer as competitively as I did.
Well, once you make a commitment, you know, you got two sports. I find that, you know, you can love both sports, but to make that commitment is a real tough thing, and you're making commitment to your teammates too.
You are?
Absolutely.
Okay, well, guys, thank you so very much for being here. I think it was a very productive show, and
thank you so much.
I think Dan's excited.
Yeah. Dan is excited. I think that we get to wrap, and hopefully we'll get to see some Lakeland players at a Bobcats games and Bobcats players at Lakeland games.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be the start of a great relationship. All right, well, thank you all very much for joining us. That's all the time we have for this edition of The Gloves Are Off.
The Gloves Are Off is proudly presented by Sabre Communications Lloydminster, your SaskTel authorized dealer.